in 2008, I went to Peru.
And hung out mushrooms.
No, ayahuasca. Yeah, we made witch's brew and drank it. And I mean, I was the universe. Like, again, conceptually, we have no frame of reference, but I felt the feeling of infinity. To be everything at the same time, it's fucking infinite.
You felt the grass growing and like...
I was God. I was one with the all, with the infinite, with God.
You felt grass going in South Africa from Peru?
I mean, it wasn't so much like that. It's more as like I was the stars.
Okay.
So I wasn't like going to one focal point at one time. I was just everything. And so...
You was here, but you was there.
Right. I was everywhere. But it's also very boring. Which is why we would come and play this game as individual consciousness, just having these experiences, Yeah. Because it's so vast.
Yeah.
Just like think about every droplet of water, every molecule, H2O.
The people who's in position to like, you know what, our budgets and it's like coming from the federal standpoint, they got to get replaced. They have to.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, all of them. The average congressperson is over the age of 75. The average federal worker is over the age of 45. So 45 or 55. So there's more people in the federal government that are retiring. And for the ones that are making the decisions like you're talking about, they are so disconnected from reality.
Very disconnected. And also, we got to look at it as like those people who are 75, I don't want to sound like this guy, but a lot of them grew up in that, prejudice area.
Right? Oh my gosh, 100%. Yeah. And Nancy Pelosi and all those other scumbags, yeah, they grew up in a totally different era. Their programming is, I'm so with you.
And I'm sure that's how a lot of them were raised by their grandparents.
Right.
And it's all because of skin color, right?
Right.
And not all because of what's in your chest, which is heart.
Right.
So a lot of these people, they don't care. They want to get paid, and like you've made Nancy Pelosi what? You're worth what? $300 million?
Yeah.
On a $300,000 salary.
Right.
Go stay on the beach. Go live on the beach. Go do everything you were supposed to do while you was young. For the rest of your life, you and your husband, whether it's the next 10 years, 15 years, or the next 5. Just go. Is this how we're gonna start?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go into?
On what?
I usually say welcome to, but.
I don't have anything like that.
Okay.
Very improv. It's just a conversation.
Okay. I'm from New York, Yonkers, New York.
Yeah.
Locust Hill, 77 Locust Hill, located in Yonkers, New York.
How long have you been in Boise?
Since 2015, about 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in Yonkers?
It's crazy.
Compared to Boise?
Well, yeah. Drugs, crackheads. I feel like I grew up in a time where even the gangs back then, a lot of people went to like jail and, a lot of people went down a different route, but it's like worse now. It's like at an all-time high.
Really?
Yeah, because...
Oh, after the COVID?
No, not even COVID, just this next generation of kids. They don't really... There's no guidance.
Right.
There's no guidance in the street. So there's no guidance in the street, then it's like, a lot of people, they're going down a bad route.
Right. Life of crime and drugs and
yeah,
What got you out?
Basketball was like my safe haven.
Really?
Yeah. So I was playing basketball, and just a lot of people. I'm fortunate. I grew up with my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
So in the same household, still married. So a lot of people don't have that.
Right.
And growing up back where I did, out of some of my friends, I was probably the only one who had a mom and a dad still present in the same household.
Yeah.
That's very important, and that right there is just, I'm fortunate. I've seen a lot of people who don't really have any siblings better yet, you barely got a dad or a mom in your life.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of hard to, But for me, I had an older brother, older sister, 2 older sisters, and 1 older brother. Then they set the example really well.
Mm-hmm.
I
From the
have
top down, you mean parents, then siblings.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So.
Man, yeah, that is so true. It is such a blessing to have both parents. And now studies are showing how important it is for the father to be in the home.
Mm-hmm.
With statistics as far as, single mother households. I mean, God bless them, because they're out, they got to work. And then it's like, you got to do what you got to do to make sure the kids are watched. Or then once you get into adolescence and teenage, fuck, man, we're dickheads.
Yeah.
But if you have that structure, like you had basketball or a good outlet,
Yeah, so I always stuck with sports and stuck with basketball, and growing up I always liked the blue turf, and from Boise State, and stuff. So just growing up, I always say, I'm going to go to Boise State. I'm going to go to college there, and I ended up going to community college to play basketball. I really wanted to go to Miami-Dade Community College because the program wasn't really that good. And I couldn't get in only because I didn't really have no tapes to send to, the coaches down there. So
yeah, really,
without no tape, there's really no opportunity. So I decided to pivot. I started to look into like Boise State. I looked into like Colorado because, I'm a Denver fan too. So it's like, if I go to Denver, I'll be at damn near every home game.
The Nuggets,
Broncos. The Broncos.
right?
Yeah, so, but ended up choosing Boise State. The transfer process wasn't really nothing. So, I did 2 to 3 years there at the community college and before transferring. So I got here when I was like 21. But sports always really, kept me out.
Yeah.
Although it's like everyone gets a chance, but, growing up in those neighborhoods, but it's just, sports is what really let me out, I like having different conversations.
Right.
A lot of people don't, and I'd rather be around a bunch of people that's making money,
Yeah.
consistently.
You are a product of your environment, the people that
Yes.
you hang out with and connect with, for sure. Absolutely.
And what's crazy is I always told myself, I said I never want to become a product of my environment, but I am a product of my environment. I'm just a different product.
Or even going a little bit deeper, is your environment is a reflection of you.
No.
So if you can see that, hey, the people that are closest to me, they are a reflection of me. So like the things that annoy me about someone are often things within ourselves being reflected back to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So looking at it from that way too, you can say, oh, I'm attracting these people into my life because this is who I am. And so if I change who I am, put my head down, focus, and really transforming myself from the inside out, then naturally your environment changes.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to, man, you bring up such a good point. I mean, damn near like the theme of our conversation is the power of having both your parents. Because again, like we need both the masculine and feminine energy. We need that, whatever it comes from. When you are missing that dynamic, it can be devastating
Yeah.
to the
And
kids.
there's a lot of single moms out here. They're doing their thing. They're, holding it down and they're making it happen. And shout outs to them. Same thing with the single fathers as well, who say they may have, full custody or they're having to do a little bit extra, right? With no help or whatever. Shout out to those, on both ends.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
And it's just guidance, because now it's like growing up in New York compared to here, it's like some buildings in New York where, you have at least 1,000 people living in it, mostly Section 8 and stuff like that, and then if you got 1,000 people living in there, like, you got to make sure your son is disciplined.
For sure.
And
where you're hanging out with them and seeing all those people at one time in the elevator or in the hallways or whatever it is, common areas.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I was a bad kid, but Nothing crazy. I just didn't listen. You know, I never sat in my seat in school and
Right.
stuff like that. But a lot of the young kids, you know, it's just they're going down a different route now. Because growing up, the way I look at it is like people always told you to do good, but they ain't never really point you in a direction of where to go and do good. You know, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's really important.
Yeah, and it's getting worse and worse.
It's getting worse and worse
because even
everyone's starting to glorify like, oh yeah, I got money, but it doesn't matter not what I've done to get there, or just how you're getting the money, I guess. You know, like you see people going to freaking Walmart doing content creation and smacking people in the head with cardboards.
Right.
Like
that's things that they're willing to do to get attention to make the money.
Exactly.
Damn, man, that's such a good point.
Yeah, like there's people licking toilet bowl seats on TikTok during COVID as a challenge to go viral. It was nasty.
Wow. So I mean, that goes back to like selling your soul. You're selling like your more, but then conversely, because I think that is, I mean, out of, let's say in America 300 million people, the people that are doing those things is very small compared to the whole. And so I think with social media, it really magnifies the people who are trying to be whatever, make money through the internet as a personality, let's call it, compared to like what you're saying, like in Yonkers where you grew up, it's getting worse because most people are seeing, hey, that's the way to wealth is on the internet, fucking licking toilet bowls or drop shipping or whatever it may be. I can either make my fortune there or where else can I go? Like you can't go work retail or serve.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't like be a content creator, but be an actual content creator.
Find real value instead of this, like you're saying, like fucking going to innocent bystanders in the store and hitting them. That's assault.
There's like this. There was like a challenge where people were opening up car doors to see if the keys was in there and stuff like that. It's like insane. I'm like, that's like next level extreme.
Right.
You know, and that's like way, way out of control.
For sure it is.
You know.
Whereas like you're saying, create content because we all have a story. We can all help each other. Like find your voice as your personal brand instead of this outlandish, childish shit.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they say like their personalities, right? But how you say your personality if what you're doing online is not your personality. That's not the real you.
Bro. Yeah, that's not the real you. You're acting a fool to try to get attention in hopes to make the money. Whereas you're right. Like if you can find your flow and really be able to present yourself as who you truly are, tell your story, whatever it might be. Yeah, man. Way more longevity.
I got the lotion up here. I didn't even put lotion on. Got my hands all ashy on set.
But even think about like the Adam 22 and his wife.
Oh my God.
These motherfuckers are.
I don't even like to speak on certain things like that just because it's crazy. But I mean, that's what they like. That's what they do. I don't necessarily agree with it, but if that's what makes them happy, that's cool. That also, I mean, this is what swingers do. Like, this is what swingers do. They don't make a date show.
That's true.
But they go to swinger parties.
That's so true.
So this is what swingers do. It's just we're looking at it weird just because he's publicizing it.
Right.
People keep it private because they'll get divorced and everyone will start looking at them like, oh, shit.
How many prominent people are part of sex clubs or swingers clubs or whatever? That's a great point. Yeah, everybody's all up in the air because it's publicized. So again, is that maybe this is a good segue? Do you think that because the perversion is being promoted, do you believe that there are a number of people in control trying to use these tools to manipulate the masses?
I don't know, but what I can say is they're doing it for money. Because they saw probably how much engagement in social media and it was posted everywhere, blah, blah, blah. Now they're doing like a fake date show, and...
Those two are?
Like, yeah, they're doing a date show. So the winner of the date show, or it's either one or two winners, they get to sleep with his wife. They're doing it for money, right?
For sure. And they were, like you said, if they're already swingers, like, hey, we could make millions of dollars.
But they have OnlyFans. They do
That's such
this.
a
They
good
do
point.
that. So it's like for them, it's nothing. It's like
Right.
like looking at it as Adam has threesomes with his girl Lena.
Yeah.
And he said this, hey, whenever we have a girl on our talk show, we have a threesome.
Right.
There's no difference between, I guess what he's doing now. I don't know. Because the girl.
No, I think that's a good
I don't
point.
know. I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean, if they're both consenting and they know the plan and they're executing on it, like, I ain't going to hate them on that.
if that's what they do, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just swingers just with cameras on them. There's so many swingers in our community.
Yeah, 100%.
But
I agree. Yeah.
But we, they keep it quiet.
Right. Yeah, they're just very public.
But I'm sure just as much wild shit as we've seen go on with the Lena, the Plug, and the Adam 22. Guarantee it's probably just as crazy behind closed doors privately.
For sure.
Because they're doing it for pleasure. The other group is doing it for money.
Right.
So yeah.
What do you think? Have you heard about this puffy shit?
I got no comment on that.
Really? Oh, and coming from New York. So when were you? When's your birthday?
June 8th.
Of
All
what?
that stuff 94. I'm not even 30. I'll be 30 next year.
So why not talk on it? No opinion
What I can say is this. It got handled very quickly.
real quick.
I think they said that was the fastest settlement.
Oh, just
I know 50 Cent was trolling him.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
But for me, abusing physically, a woman in any form, physically, mentally, spiritually,
100%
is never
wrong.
okay. Or just not just a woman, just any human being.
Right.
That's not right. So, I know there's a lot of mixed emotions on the internet, about how she handled this and, money and not just trying to take him somewhere else to put him in jail, nothing like that, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean,
yeah. But also, I think there's this ongoing theme of they
said it opened the floodgates for other people to speak out their story.
Yeah.
I mean, other celebs have, what I've seen spoke about Puff doing this and doing that around her, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I don't agree with it, as far as him doing that stuff. But I mean, he had plenty. There's been plenty of other people around him, and they couldn't check him for that. And not as someone saying like you my little bro, but someone being a human and saying that's not wrong. I mean that's not right.
Right.
And however though, if they did, I mean he made his band people walk to get ice cream.
Right.
Over in Brooklyn somewhere.
I'm gonna drink the finest breast milks.
And they came back and he wasn't even there. So
Right.
I don't know.
I think that there's this book I study a lot and it talks about it even talks about in the Bible, like the lust for power.
Mm-hmm.
Like at that level, when you've got all the money and all this power, like it's all about controlling other people. Like I don't, and I don't know about you, but I got the feeling at least that we have empathy. And so I think that man, when you get to that level of these things, money doesn't really matter. You've done everything. What more is there to do? Then they start getting this thirst for power and control and manipulation over other people. You know what I'm saying?
And that I don't know how to answer that for other people, but what I can say is people who are in position of power, I mean, a lot has to change.
For sure.
I'm not saying other people need to be in a different position, no, but, at the end of the day, we live on Earth. And if you want to look at it, Earth is dying right now.
What makes you think it's dying?
I mean, the global warming crisis, Earth is dying.
What if that's all a story, though?
I mean, can't be. We had the hottest. I mean, unless they're going. Well, I don't put this past the people of the media,
Right.
but I mean, we had the hottest days.
For sure.
No.
What if I'm not saying that. I'm saying, what if things go in cycles? But what if, like, the stories that the media does tell us, even how can you trust all the information on the internet when it's been shown how many bots there are and things like that?
You kind of like most likely got to like go do it yourself at it almost soon.
Yeah. So that's like, hey, when it's hot outside, thank God I got the AC.
No, I'm
There's
saying
nothing
like
I can do about the heat.
in order for you to get the research, it's kind of like you got to like learn it and do it yourself because what you're going to be told is going to be kind of like accurate. But just going based off global warming as a whole,
It is getting warmer.
is getting awful. I mean, even Antarctica's even getting warmer.
What if it's supposed to?
Well, I don't know. I don't think we have studies from 200 years ago in Antarctica. We can only go based off whatever research we conduct to showcase that. But I don't think we've been studying Antarctica since the 1800s. I don't think so. I could be wrong.
I think it was discovered in like the 1800s, but yeah.
I don't know if he was like studying it to make the point where it's like, okay, let's make like kind of what we're doing now. We'd be like, all right, this rock is 200 million years old. Damn, 200 million years old. Earth was alive 200 million years ago. Like what the hell? That's a lot. That's a long time ago, right?
Unimaginable.
Exactly.
200 million years is unimaginable. We have no frame of reference in our mind.
Only except when we close our eyes and we see these little sparkles of light, that feels like 200 million years.
I mean, yeah.
Because because you got to look, this is going to sound like crazy, but when you close your eyes and you go to sleep at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Try not to think. I don't know if people look at it like this. I did one day and it kind of freaked me out. I closed my eyes. Before I was born, that's all I saw without a conscious.
Yeah.
Just a black space.
No, weird. I mean, I used to do that all the time
before,
as a kid going to bed. You'd feel the infinite void.
Infinite void.
Yeah, infinite. I don't know. I'm sure I've asked you, though, but you ever eat mushrooms?
Mm-mm.
Oh, never?
Mm-mm. Nah. I won't ever.
You won't ever? Why not? Why such a line in the sand?
It's just my thing, I just, I've seen drugs destroy homes, destroy people's, health, families, and had friends and family who've been users and stuff like that. Not saying mushrooms is like that. However, though, I think I'm all right. The furthest I'll go is some marijuana, but other than that, I won't try anything else.
No, I get it.
Really.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just when you talk about the closing your eyes, like in 2008, I went to Peru.
And you got mushrooms?
No, ayahuasca. Yeah, we made witch's brew and drank it. And I mean, I was the universe. Like, again, conceptually, we have no frame of reference, but I felt the feeling of infinity. To be everything at the same time, it's fucking infinite.
You felt the grass growing and like...
I was God. I was one with the all, with the infinite, with God.
You felt grass going in South Africa from Peru?
I mean, it wasn't so much like that. It's more as like I was the stars.
Okay.
So I wasn't like going to one focal point at one time. I was just everything. And so...
You was here, but you was there.
Right.
There.
I was everywhere. But it's also very boring. Which is why we would come and play this game as individual consciousness, just having these experiences,
Yeah.
Because it's so vast.
Yeah. Just
like think about every droplet of water, every molecule, H2O. Mm-hmm. It's individual as an atom, but as the ocean, it's all one. That's like how I would see like God or the infinite, Mm-hmm. We are droplets of that. And when you take things like the mushrooms or psychedelics, like I'm pretty big into that. And I've been studying it for since 2007. And so, yeah, I don't know.
You have a very, very hands-on approach.
Very
differently from others. So Yes.
Yeah, I would call it like a doctorate. Yeah. Because I mean, even like this, like, dude, look at this, like, textbook on drugs that my grandma gave me, dude. Like, I've read that study. I mean, it's an encyclopedia. Because you're right. Like I like that perspective of, hey, you've seen firsthand, you've seen houses destroyed by drugs. But a drug is neutral. It's the user that has a problem. Just like electricity can cook your food, or it can cook you. A fire can cook your food, or it could burn down your house.
Yeah, but drugs is a little bit different though, because you got drugs like fentanyl.
Right.
That shouldn't be in no one's hands, right? But
A doctor.
I mean, well, yeah. But what I'm saying is, it's just too much of something could kill you, and then people doing it for the high. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree.
So, but I wanted to touch back on the earth dying and the people with power.
Yeah.
The people with power, I gotta figure something out.
Who do you think are the people with power?
That's a good question.
Do you think it's people we see on the... Do you really think Billy Bob Biden has a lot of power?
Yes.
Really? In what way?
But I don't even want to really speak about politics too much.
Oh, all right.
Because, people get like super slandered. So I'll say this. I don't think he's doing a great job.
I don't think any of them have ever done a good job.
Flint, Michigan still doesn't have clean water.
Yeah, man.
But we're still sending off hundreds and billions of millions and we've sent billions of dollars, to other countries, but the homeless population here still screwed. Even the veterans program all around the country, super screwed. So I feel like that needs to get kind of corrected, even, inner cities. There should be a YMCA in every city. And at this point, with all the money we're spending, like I think they said New York City just reduced its budget. I think it was like $1 billion on education. They reduced their budget by. And I'm like, dude, how are you guys going to reduce your budget? That means there's going to be less after school programs, less teachers, less good teachers. You're going to have other teachers who don't really care about the kids and trying to promote, guidance and stuff like that. So you can have more kids on the street, which is more kids on the street means they're going to be probably more... influenced to do something stupid or I don't like the word stupid, but do something dumb and get around the wrong people, stuff like that. And that's the issue, If it wasn't for me kind of separating myself from the crowd, very easily one decision I could have, my whole life could have been, completely different. But I just wanted more for myself. So I said, I'm just go to school, I want to play basketball. That's what I want to do. If I would have had, if I don't make it to the NBA, I'm going to go overseas. If I would have had that mindset, I'd probably be playing basketball overseas. But I'm okay where I'm at. But that budget cut is going to fuck New York City bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like $1 billion. And especially in New York City where it's already terrible. It's like shitty textbooks already. Like when COVID happened, like it went straight into online.
Oh, really? Everything's online?
Like COVID is like, you ever seen Spider-Man? No, Avengers? And the Infinity War and Endgame?
I think so.
So when Thanos snaps his finger
and
everyone disappears, that was COVID. That was the education during COVID.
I would agree. Like overnight, it went from textbooks to online. So that makes you think they had to have had those things in place beforehand.
No, because no one thought like, oh yeah, you know what, we're gonna have COVID and now we're gonna go online schooling. If COVID would have happened, say 20 years ago, there's no online school. Stay home until we say we may send you packets and stuff to do at home, but there was no internet back then.
Right.
So what was you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean 20 years ago the internet was barely getting traction.
Yeah.
Man, that's...
Well, Mark Cuban was selling fucking URL links?
Right.
Fucking thousands of dollars.
20 years ago was 2003. Man, I mean, forums were going. 2003.
AOL.
MySpace was almost about to...
MySpace came out in 2004.
So 1 year, 21 years ago. Or 19.
And then Facebook started in 2007?
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean... everything is speeding up, you know? Like, look at ChatGPT, like, world record in, what was it, 1 million users or whatnot.
Yeah, I just think like the people who's in position to like, you know what, our budgets and this, like coming from the federal standpoint, they got to get replaced. They have to.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, all of them. The average congressperson is over the age of 75. The average federal worker is over the age of 45. So 45 or 55. So there's more people in the federal government that are retiring. And for the ones that are making the decisions like you're talking about, they are so disconnected from reality.
Very disconnected. And also, we got to look at it as like those people who are 75, I don't want to sound like this guy, but a lot of them grew up in that, you know, prejudice area.
Right? Oh my gosh, 100%. Yeah. And Nancy Pelosi and all those other scumbags, yeah, they grew up in a totally different era.
You know,
their programming is, oh God, I'm so with you.
And I'm sure that's how a lot of them were raised by their grandparents.
Right.
You know, and it's all because of skin color, right?
Right.
And not all because of what's in your chest, which is heart.
Right.
So a lot of these people, they don't care. They want to get paid, and like, you've made Nancy Pelosi what? You're worth what? $300 million?
Yeah.
On a $300,000 salary.
Right.
Go stay on the beach. Go live on the beach. Go do everything you were supposed to do while you was young. For the rest of your life, you know, you and your husband, whether it's the next 10 years, 15 years, or the next 5. Just go. Same thing with Mitch McConnell. He got to scram.
All of them.
Yeah.
But it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Sitting on a beach brings them no joy compared to the power and control that it's like in Star Wars.
But the thing is this: do you want to die, like in his suit coming out of a meeting, at that age?
Or I think they're in too deep.
No, because they can't. When you die, you're not taking it with you.
I know, but they if they did have the desire to live, you know, relax they would do it. But so there has to be something that's so alluring about the position.
Yeah.
It is.
But like you said, it's too much power. They can't get replaced unless they want to get replaced.
Yeah, then you have to think that because they are the grooming type, is that, who have they groomed to replace them? Who would be the next round? Because if we think about it like this, there will come a time, and I think in the very near future, where they're going to start dying off fast. Because, I mean, how old is Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer or that one guy that freaking had a software update, you know?
Bernie's 81 or 82 or 83. He's the same age damn near as Joe Biden. They got him by like a year.
Yeah, I think there should be an age cap. Like, hey, you're
we got a guy who's 81 leading the country.
Yeah, that's not a leader.
I wouldn't say not a leader, but not the right one for this country, not the direction that this country should go in.
I mean, personally, because again, like I've never voted. I'm not registered to vote. Like I believe it.
I'm ready to move to Mexico and live countryside.
I would probably move the Middle East, to be honest with you. I would like to move to the Middle East. But I got too much ties here in U.S.
No, I'm saying like in a perfect world for me, I'll live countryside, probably.
Bro, XRP, man.
Probably Africa, for sure.
XRP.
I seen it was going up and down. It went like close to $1 and it hit like 40, 50 cents again. So it's floating.
Yeah. But I mean, crypto in general, in my opinion, the undervalued assets and the undervalued technology of today is going to replace everything. So if you're in, even now at today's prices,
you'd be
in the top 0.01% of wealthy on the planet. So that means you have the freedom to pick up and leave at a moment's notice.
I would say yes. I'm gonna say yes, and I'm also gonna say, however, the government's not that. The U.S. government doesn't play.
Doesn't what?
Doesn't play like fair ball with this crypto stuff, you know.
I would agree. But I think it doesn't matter. In fact, they're showing their cards because now they're throwing everything at it legally because it's all they can really do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only going to backfire on the U.S. because of its decentralized nature. It cannot be made illegal because it can't be illegal in America and then not legal in China.
Exactly, because the whole Web3 is it's technology.
Right. You can't stop it. It's like a virus that's already hit critical mass. I think what happened just in hindsight is they thought it was a joke. They thought Bitcoin was a joke. Then XRP in 2013, they thought it was a joke. They thought it'd be a fad. And then by the time it hit critical mass where they couldn't stop it, then they saw, oh, fuck, this is serious. We fucked up. Now they're trying to regain control through manipulation and regulation, manipulating the markets like the FTX, shit like that, while they're trying to stall the market so that they can try to get some semblance of control. But no country's been successful at controlling. You can't control it. And so I think, to the whole point, the whole conversation was, I'm not a patriot or like a citizen. So for me, it's, hey, I'm going to go where I'm treated best. And America to me is on a decline. It's an empire that's already hit its peak. It's now decline. I think within 25 years, the United States could be a third world country. It will tear itself apart. Like if you've ever studied any Ray Dalio, then he talks about the cycles of empires, and it will turn, and then it will grow against gentrification. But America is not what it once was. And because its foundation is built on lies.
America is built on lies.
That's what I'm saying. Lies, manipulation, greed. Because it's built on those foundation, just like we were talking about, the Diddy, all these, sex perversion scandals, all of these hidden secrets and kind of dark energy that's been around for the last 100 years or so, it's being uncovered. All the secrets are coming out. All of their lies are being shown on. So the money system, it's all a lie. It's all built on debt. It's all built on fraud. It has no value whatsoever. So it is mathematically 100% certain it's going to go to zero. 100%. And so it will go to zero and crash because it's going to backfire on the people that built it. The people that built it are still in control. The Nancys, the Chucks, all those people who are 80 years old, the Trumps, to me, they're all scumbags. They're the scummiest people on the planet right now, are people in positions of political power. And so their whole political system, the money system being a part of it, it's going to implode on its own corruption. And the hinge is the money. First the dollar. Once the dollar crashes, all the other ones will be knocked down like dominoes because they're all built on the same system, just with China's fucking jet fuel on their fiat system. Have you ever seen the ghost cities or any of that shit?
In China?
China?
Like ghost cities where...
Bro, entire fucking cities, high rises that no one's ever lived in. Entire big cities that could house millions of people, no one's ever lived in. Fucking movie theaters, malls that are completely empty. No one's ever lived there. They only did it to create the debt, to create the work, to make their GDP look good. That's what I'm saying. It's all a lie. Everything we've ever been told is a fucking lie. Because it's all the same. It's all propaganda to keep you in this matrix of consumerism and fucking watching the movies and buying the stuff and fucking this, that, and the other, But it's all coming to an end.
Yeah. Everything that's good must come to an end.
Right. And something better will come from it.
Yep.
So okay, back to your story. Played basketball, came to BSU. How did you get into entrepreneurship?
I broke my foot in 2014. And then I was depressed, heavily, lonely. So, I had to get surgery. I got surgery, and at the time I was living in the dorm. and I couldn't really get to and from class, so I was getting like dropped off by security and stuff like that. So I'm like, I got to do something with my time. So I joined the business club back in like 2014, and then ended up just loving it, you know. And then next thing you know, it's just I entered this competition. My marketing teacher, he kind of persuaded me to do this this app. It was like this create an app, like a business plan for an app, features, blah 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 blah, and then present it to a panel. So I worked on that for like 2 months, and then my app was called Investor World, and basically where it was fake currency, but you can invest through the app, and it would teach you how to invest. Either learning about stocks, giving you fake news within a game, stuff like that. LeBron James buys the NFL and the NBA, like fake news, but to see how it can alter
Oh
stock
yeah.
and stuff. So that way you can understand. You know, you can buy
Wow.
extra fake money if you tend to say run out or whatever the case is. But that's kind of how I got into it. I'm like, you know, I want to start my own business, but I want to be a business owner one day. You know, and that's kind of how I got into it. My marketing teacher, and I went to the competition. The people liked it, and at this time, no one was doing this. Like, you know, no, like at that time, I don't think there was much or if any games that were just, you know, pretty much investing, but fake money, in-app purchases, and you can still invest through the game, but you would have to hit a certain rank in your offline in order for you to do online investing. But that idea kind of got scrapped out the way. But it was a good one.
And a catalyst to get you on the journey.
Yeah, because, you know, I was going to school for criminal justice at first, and I'm like, I can't do criminal justice.
Like a public defender or a prosecutor? Or?
I don't know. I was just going.
Oh, yeah, all right.
You know, right? And then I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. I had an uncle who was in like the FBI and stuff like that, and I'm like, nah, I'm freaking. I forgot what class I was in, but I was snoring in the first row. I got kicked out.
Just sawing logs, really?
Yeah. I was
is
tired.
That you're just? I
was tired in this class. It was a lecture, and then it was about something with criminal justice. I forgot what class, and I'm snoring, and then my friend's tapping my back, and she taps me, and then she taps me again, and then he's like right in front of me, like, get out now. And I'm like, all right, fuck, work this. So, but, and then after that, I'm like, I don't want to fuck with criminal justice no more. Criminal justice is trash. I did a small business management class, personal sales class. I did a marketing class. It was in community college. I did a few of them, and then that's when I knew I was kind of like, all right. But at the same time, I didn't know which direction I wanted to go in as far as like what. And then now I kind of have a little bit better of an idea, but so.
Yeah, so for everyone, what's the name of your company?
It's based around the world, and I was doing 1810 Media, which was a photography and videography company that, you know, I would help people around the community if they need any videos done or some photography, then we could get it done. However, I am transitioning that, and I'm only going to be doing based around the world, which will still be my t-shirt printing, but it'd be more social media management and marketing as well. So the way I look at it is there's so many, being from New York, right? A lot of businesses get foot traffic. Also, you do have a lot of your businesses that kind of showcase who they are, what they do, what they're about. Obviously, that's why you got your Google reviews. People going in, they see. Nowadays, in a local level like Boise, what they're paying for, they're not actually getting like what they should back. You know how many people probably don't know the average age group, or which age group follows them the most, if it's male or female.
So the real target demographic, their ideal.
So yeah, they have their real buyer persona. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't run ads. Every time I go out somewhere, I don't see an ad for like, okay, well, even if you're a little local dive bar, like, it don't matter. run some ads. That's gonna help increase your traffic.
For sure.
So it's gonna be content marketing, which is basically just creating a content strategy for you to post the business on each channel, because each channel you're going to have different metrics, right? You can have predominantly women on Facebook and then predominantly kids on TikTok. So
Right.
the content you're going to create is going to be completely different from the content you want to post on TikTok as opposed to the content you want to post on Facebook. And all of this depends on your budget, on how much you want to post and stuff like that. So that's what I want to get into. I want to help companies, with a legit strategy that's authentic, and organic. Because Boise's local.
Right.
There's a lot of local businesses here who can really use some help, because as a local business owner, if you're just paying to give someone the free reins to help out, and do your social media, but you're not getting no reports back. It's easy to say something's working if you don't got no previous data to truly
Right.
compare it to it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying Junior or, whoever else to manage the social media, someone who actually came to you with a plan. A couple of years ago, I gave Crave Delivery a plan. You ever heard of Crave Delivery?
Of course.
So,
Yeah, do you know my Andrew?
no.
Oh.
That should,
But you were outside contractor.
I was trying to do some social media stuff for them. So we did a couple videos, and I gave him a social media, kind of like a content plan, and I can make it a little bit more structured. But basically what they was getting compared to what they needed. Oh, the camera turned. What? How did that even happen? Is it still recording?
It's all good. Oh, that was all right.
Is it still recording? I don't know.
Did you see when the light went off?
No.
Whatever. We got these two.
Okay. So, I give them a content plan. Basically, they're like a Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Except in one kitchen.
Right. So they do like kitchen share type stuff.
Yes. However, though, for you to promote that, you need content to be creative, thought out. There's different ways to be, creative. Your food place. Food content is the number one shared content on the internet.
I bet.
Everyone loves food.
Right.
It's number one.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with
Damn.
with food content,
Yeah.
But it didn't work out, which is perfectly fine. It's just, it helped me, to understand that's where I went wrong. And I procrastinated certain things over the last year and a half, not being in the right headspace, stuff like that. So, starting 2024, my vision is to, help companies, do some social media marketing stuff. I'm not going to be able to manage every single one, but ones that show, good opportunity for growth and stuff like that, then absolutely. As well as printing, because every company should be wearing something that shows their brand.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. Shorts, in the summer, jackets in the winter, every company should be doing that. But back to the social media stuff. Each local business has a brand. This local mom and dad store been here for 25 years. You don't expect them to know social media.
Right.
Or you got a bar, right? Place like, Rudy's, say Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings has its name based off it being a chain.
Right.
Rudy has its name based off it being a local place that's not a chain.
Right.
So is there anything more you can do to help push traffic towards your restaurant? Absolutely. Do you know how many basketball fans there are now? Football season, we've got about another 8 weeks, but do you know how many places probably could be a home team to the Lakers or the Knicks or some,
Wow. Yeah. So find like a team specific and wow, that's smart.
But they could market it like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But they don't,
Right. That's a
And-
great strategy right there.
And
Especially like if the owner's a big fan too.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can have it where you can not telegraph. You can play every single game Every
Yeah.
single Lakers
Yep.
game, away or home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna offer
That's killer.
discounts. I'm gonna offer discounts to people that come in with Lakers gear, blah blah blah. Take pictures,
Right.
you know, because you'll be more entitled to come back.
Right.
You know, just because you're not coming back on game day, you're coming back on other days because you like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know,
Hell yeah, man.
And-
That's
yeah.
right there. If you watch this, that was fucking gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's so smart.
and like I
And
want to.
that's niche specific too. So like let's say Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Rudy's, it's just kind of a obscure hole in the wall local bar. If they like, hey, all their marketing was around connecting with the other Green Bay fans, saying, hey, every single game, we got the best TVs in the house, whatever it is, you know. That's a good idea. You could also do like fucking packages.
You could do a lot. You can
Yeah,
you
you
could do a
could.
membership. You say, hey, you
Right.
pay $100 a month.
Have a room that's just for the members.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's just different things people's not doing. You know, I would like to say I'm a creator who can't go to the computer and create. But as far as the vision goes and stuff, you know, I would like to feel as if I kind of have that.
I understand completely what you're saying. In fact, a test that I found many moons ago, I make all my partners take it before I ever partner with anyone. It's called Wealth Dynamics, but it's based on like the Chinese I Ching, and it talks about we all have a path of least resistance to create wealth. The key is to find out what yours is and then build a team around you, because teams win championships, not the individual players.
Agreed.
And so everybody has value. And when you said that creator is a very key person in this whole matrix. And creators, it tells you about your strengths and your weaknesses. Your strengths is you have great ideas. Your weaknesses, you fucking don't finish anything because you're off. You got one great idea, you get halfway through, and you're like, oh fuck, I got another idea.
Exactly.
So you need an executor on your team, someone who can take your ideas and then put those things into action. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of leave you to come up with ideas while boom, they're executing, generating cash flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So and that was probably one of my biggest issues. You know, is just taking on one project, not finishing it, doing another one, not finishing it, and now you know, I'm in a much better headspace this year, especially going into 2024. I'm 30, and I'm like, all right, this is that turn.
Did you just turn 30?
No, next year.
Oh, so you're 29.
29.
Turning 30 in June.
You know, and
Gemini.
Yes, I got the
Two-Face.
same. I got the same birthday as Kanye.
Oh, do you?
So that should tell you a lot.
Interesting.
That should tell
Yeah.
you a lot. A lot of my friends will tell you I'm fucking Kanye. But
Yeah, super creator.
yeah, so which is why starting in 2024, I really want to help businesses grow. I don't want to give out too much sauce because at the end of the day, it's not throwing any shade at anyone else, but there's a lot of stuff that's being done here just for money,
Sure.
as opposed to doing it right.
Right.
So when I go to a company's page, right, the first thing I should see is food, especially if I'm going to a bar and restaurant. If it's not high end, okay. But if I'm going to a place, say like Rudy's or wherever, social media should be really well, because at the end of the day, if you do your social media right, you don't have to have a downtime. You know what I'm saying? In New York, businesses don't have downtime because of foot traffic.
Right.
But that's just because the population there.
Right.
But here it could be done better, where you can constantly have foot traffic, but you just got to use social media a little bit more. Got to have that strategy. Because if I'm going to a business's page, right, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, this food looks good, that food looks good. Damn. But if I see a video of damn near everything on that menu, I see a video of some photography, I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
I'm forced to come back because I'm going to get this and this, that I'm going to be like, but I want that. But I like that. I'm going to get this for now, and then I'm going to come back and get this, and I'm going to get that and that.
Yeah.
So you already just set yourself up for leads and stuff like that by just having, content on your page. You already forced this guy to come back because the food looks good.
Right.
Now if the service is better, he's guaranteed going to come back.
Sure. I wonder how that's going to continue service,
Well, with like these robots being made.
I don't know about robots. I just mean like the dollar is not going as far as it once was. So even to be a server, you got to make good money.
Yeah.
And this whole tip debacle thing that's going on.
Luckily for Idaho, though, I mean, very, very affordable housing compared to New York. I mean, I just watched someone say they paid $500 or for maybe an apartment this size or something like that.
I believe that.
Insanity.
Yeah.
But that's
where you want to live.
That's where you want to live.
Yeah.
Out here, right? I mean, they have houses for sale, and especially if I'm looking at it back in like 2000, when I first got like 2016, you could rent a house for like $1,300, $1,500.
Oh, for sure.
A three bathroom, 2,000 square feet.
I did.
And I'm
yeah, $1,500 I paid forever, for years.
Yeah,
until rent really started going up.
And then rent started going up and going up. So it's just really all about like the American dollar might be going down, yes, but there's gonna be still ways to make money.
Always. No, yeah, always, man. There's always, and that's really the key to the whole thing is there's always going to be ways to make money and to provide value to each other.
YouTube teaches you everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I say that's why I don't pray. I just go to Google. Instant answers.
Yeah. You know, like YouTube can teach you everything. If you wanted to be a master carpenter, you can do it. If you wanted to be an engineer, they'll give you engineer 101.
Yeah.
Hours and hours on courses, you know, and it's like my sister sent me this quote the other day, and which is why I'm in and I'm also in a different headspace too. It's like it says the magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding.
100%, man.
Sometimes,
damn, bro.
Sometimes the work's not being avoided. Sometimes the work is overwhelming because you're having to do, like you said, being a creator, you're having to do so much by yourself, especially if you don't have a team.
Right.
So that's where I found myself. I found myself kind of like in a bubble a little bit. You know, I've had help and stuff like that, but now it's time to transition to somewhere else. You know, something, and this is something I like to do. I love it. You know, I like marketing, you know, stuff.
Yeah.
Being able to help a company create a strategy. There's different ways to be creative, you know, like I said. So
for sure.
You know, that's why going into the new year, I'm in a different mindset. You know, my biggest thing is next year I want to be consistent. I don't want to be seen. I'm going to be seen regardless, but I don't want to, you know, staying in, you know, I rather now, and if I travel, okay, but you know, if my boys want to go out, maybe, but I really want to focus.
Me too, yeah.
Sacrifice, you know, a lot of, you know, you know, for, because that deep breath for me when I'm on the beach, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, man. Compared to the late nights, no sleep, party hard. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Because I'm not where I could be.
Right.
But that's okay. I understand that what my effort has, what the effort I put in, I'm seeing the results that I put out. You know, I could have been far, far along ahead, but it's those learning curves, you know.
Right.
And I'm aware of that, so it's just making those steps by steps, you know. Because early in the year, I was so mad Tesla was at $100. I didn't buy. I knew to myself, I said, it's never gonna be this low again, at $100. Mm-hmm. And I didn't buy. I looked at myself like, what the fuck are you doing? Like my alter ego's looking at me in the mirror like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Tesla's not gonna go below $100. It was at like 101.
Damn.
It was, you know, and I'm like, my average cost to buy was like 195.
195?
Yeah.
So you would have cut it in half?
Pretty much.
Yeah, man.
You know, so, and I'm just like, I was so mad. But just little things like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's why going into the year, you know, I got some goals that I really want to accomplish this year. Not just the goals where I had this year where it was just, I've written them down, but I let life get the best of me.
Yeah.
'Cause if you want to be successful, you're gonna have a full plate. You just gotta be better. I gotta be better.
Right.
For myself. The people that I work with and I want to get money with, people I do get money with. I gotta be better. So that's that approach I'm having going into next year. Because my t-shirt printing, I'm gonna take that just as far as I want to do with, my marketing. Because I could do everything with t-shirt printing. Like this won't sound crazy, but like OnlyFans models, right? OnlyFans models will sell hoodies for $350, guaranteed.
Like if you do a joint venture with them.
No, all I gotta do is print it.
I know.
They just gotta market it.
That's what I mean. But there's got to be a deal on their end.
Oh no, of course, yeah. I could come up with a strategy to do like the marketing, and then I could print it, and you basically market your own stuff.
Okay, we're done with that sauce. Quit giving that motherfucking sauce away.
My fault, yeah. You gotta cut that.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, I'll bet you see that. Cut that shit out, dude. Fuck, dude.
Too much sauce. This
That was too much. That was the fucking baby Ray's, bro.
this
Don't
could be
fucking do that again.
This could be on the archive.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, dude.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm taking it, because my machine, I'm allowed to print. So I'm allowed to print, of course, but I have this camera system which allows me to print precision. So I can print on shoes and stuff like that, and I kind of been like scared to kind of learn the process. Like I started it, but I'm like, I couldn't get over the hump. But I figured out what was wrong with my printer and why I wasn't doing it, because my technician, he installed something incorrectly. So now I'm able to use the printer the way I wanted to, the camera system. So this weekend, I'm going to print, on a pair of Vans. I'm going to see how we're going to practice. Because I can sell kids' shoes, Vans, custom. I could print them. What you want, SpongeBob on your shoes? What do you want? You want Goku on your things? Okay, cool. Let me get my graphic designer where he can create the image, and I could place it perfectly with the camera system, so that way it can get printed.
How the hell does it print on the complicated?
So basically what it does is, when the t-shirt is on the platen is where you put the t-shirt on, where it's going to be printed on. The camera system's up, looking down. It takes a picture. It has this software where you just put your PNG file and you just place it exactly where.
I know, but how does the print on the shoe, or is it a transferable?
Oh no, it's like I'm gonna show you a video I just did. It's basically it's like a platen it has. So I gotta hook the shoes up to this little thing, and it'll slide under the machine just the same way, but I gotta kind of just tuck it in. You know how you go to the store, you kind of got the thing inside the shoe to keep it from creasing.
Yeah.
I got something like that holds it like that.
Okay.
So, and then the camera system it goes underneath the machine and it prints. So it's just learning that process, and not a bad process, but it's just learning it. That's it. I think this is it. Oh yeah. I didn't post this yet, but
Oh, so that's the camera system. That's the actual shirt live.
Yep.
And you're telling it right where to put it. Dang. Oh yeah, how long does it take? What?
Since it was only black, it was quick.
Fuck yeah, that was quick. It does 2 passes, or is that another?
It was 2 passes.
Damn, dude, that was fucking fast.
So with black and on white, it's easy. It's just easy, quick pass. But when if I don't use that camera system, I used it to kind of for the video to showcase, okay, cool,
right,
this is what I can do. But without that, if I just had the design and I knew the placement where I wanted to put it in the actual regular software, then I don't need the camera system. But the camera system is pretty dope, though. So, but I plan on taking that, to a new level. I plan on getting really consistent with my content.
Yeah.
I'm not good at editing, but I could have been 2 years ago when I told myself in COVID, like, yo, I'm gonna learn how to edit.
Of course.
I've edited a few videos, but I want it to be like ridiculously nice at editing. So, I just stopped putting in that effort. But now it's like, you know what? Plate's full. Deal with it.
Yeah. Lock yourself in the house.
Yep.
And eventually you'll gain the habit of work. Like that's what I've had. And I made a commitment. I said to, all my closest people, I said, after the white party, like I'm going in the cave. Like I'm fucking, like you were saying, a year ago today, dude, I was in the gym 5 days a week. Dude, I was no alcohol at all. I was completely sober. No weed, no alcohol, no nothing.
Shrooms?
I only do shrooms like ceremoniously.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do. Oh no way!
I know
I'm too sensitive.
Stuff.
Yeah, I don't even microdose.
Okay.
I'm too sensitive. So no, I was totally sober, and then, it's the success is as fine as a razor's edge, man. It's as fine as a razor's edge. It's as fine as the decisions you make every day, the people that you hang out with, and so for me, man, I just got into partying too hard this year. Dude, drinking probably more than I've ever drank in my life. Just because, like you were saying, you put it so well, that quote is, you're not procrastinating.
Oh, the magic you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's in the work you're avoiding.
But then what was the second one? Here, pull that in the mic.
I'm sorry. The second one, I forgot.
You feel overwhelmed. Some things, it's not this, it's because you feel overwhelmed. As a creator, you don't even, because you have so much to do, you don't even take action.
Okay.
So it's not a matter of procrastination, it's a matter of you feel overwhelmed. Or at least when you said that, I resonated because, dude, I'm building 2 businesses right now that, to me, like, they're multi-billion-dollar projects. Like, these are big fucking projects, big vision. And right now, it's very much mostly me. I have a team of 3 guys in India that carry a lot of the weight. But, yeah, and when we feel overwhelmed, anxious, fearful,
overworked,
right? Any of those type of stressors, our brain has already created perfect systems. Go drink. I don't automatically get rid of that. Go eat some junk food or food that's sweet or sour or salty, whatever it is. Go smoke some weed. Go fucking do this, that. We have perfect systems in place that when I feel this, I can instantly alleviate it by doing this. So it's not the procrastination is that it's overwhelmed. There's so much to do. Like before you came, I wrote yesterday all the things I have to do in all my projects. I got them out of my mind and onto the chalkboard so that I could actually see them. Oh, okay, these are the things I need to get done in my businesses. Then I could look at them. Okay, what's important, what's urgent, what's unimportant, what's unurgent, categorize them, and then just take action. But, to your point, like you were saying, I know I felt it. And I know others who have felt it too, this sense of, changing going into 2024. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be more consistent with myself.
Just locking yourself in.
Yeah, my parents are 60. I definitely want to be able to provide for them in a way by the end of next year that is just, they've done a lot. So, it's time to return that favor. I'm always there to help, but this time I'm trying to bring the cavalry, and I am the cavalry.
Right.
So
nice.
Trying to just figure it out. Consistency for me is the biggest part. That's what I want to. That especially with my my finances, my investing, my health, everything. Because come next year, I'm in a different. Not come next year, starting now, leading up into next year, I'm in a different mindset. And not running away from the whole challenge of like, oh shit, I can't do this. I got too much on my plate. I got to get better with my time management. I got to make time. I got to fucking make it. Because if I want to get over that hump, or if I want to start to be like, all right, you know what? this task is completed, get it off my plate, boom. You know, I gotta continue to get my hands dirty. You know, and I think I kind of fell back from that. You know, life kind of hit me hard, but
Right. Yeah.
you
I
know,
mean,
and sometimes you never know when you're going. You know, you might be in a blender for a while, thinking you're getting out, but realistically, I mean, you're still just getting chopped. It's just,
right.
You might not know. You know, so I understand. I got turned into chopped fucking onions in that blender. You know, but it's a way for me to understand that you know, there's no, you know, me versus you or anything like that. It's just me and the man in the mirror.
Right. Yep.
So, and just gotta hold hold myself accountable, you know, and being more consistent too, you know, because oftentimes I think about how my younger self would speak to my older self, and it's kind of scary, I think, for everyone.
Yeah. If you really can, you know, be accountable to yourself, vulnerable with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would
What would younger me say to older me?
knowing all that I've done? Fuck. Yeah, man.
You know.
Because I'll tell you what, I'm 41.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm telling you, around that 40, like definitely like your energy levels, if you don't keep up on it, then I definitely felt for sure. So now it's like even more so. If I could go back 20 years and talk to 21-year-old, yeah, I would say, dude, don't party. Don't get into that habit. It's all just habits, either good habits or bad habits. Good habits are, hey, get consistent in the gym, get consistent in all those things, rather than getting consistent in chasing pussy, getting fucked up, just blowing your money. Yeah, dude, those are just habits too.
Yeah.
But those habits lead you down a certain path, and so do the others. So, man, yeah, I don't want to be 60.
Having to work 60 hours. But depending on if you like business, if you want to, yes, but I don't want to be 60 having to work paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, yeah, no way. Yeah.
You know, so that's why I'm making that, you know, decision for myself, really, you know, and to really I'm taking the pressure off myself, giving myself a pat on the back, because I made it this far, you know. So I got to understand that now. It's just, you know, like I said, structure up, organize, you know, clean-headed, get around people who want to make money. Because like you said, a lot of people, they want to be the person. Like, they want to have, you know, well, I'm not doing it because it's not mine, it's yours. So it doesn't matter. You know, like, there's reasons why people go to Harvard and they work for people who never got a college degree.
Right.
You know? There's reasons for that. Right? It's all teamwork. You know? All the teamwork. Because you can have a really great musician, but if this person is shy, can't get in front of people, can't get bookings and stuff like that, and I come along and I'm like, look, dude, now you're the number one most sold albums or whatever, blah, 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 in the entire world. You know, we did it together. You was the socket. I was just, you know, I was there. A lot of people don't know how to coexist. And especially when it comes to making less money than someone they feel like they should be making more money than.
Yeah, man, that's always a cancer in a company for sure.
That's a cancer amongst friends.
Yeah.
And everything, where it's like, it's not supposed to be like that. At the end of the day, if I'm eating and we a team, just because I make more than you don't mean that, you know, I'm not going to feed you still, you know?
And yeah, even like making more, like, hey, if you can just still say, hey, I'm on this team, I have this much money coming in. Dude, there's countless investment opportunities all over the place. You can get rich off your investments compared to what you were earning in an income.
Exactly.
Be smart with your money.
Yeah.
And you might get richer than the owner one day. And then if you're on that original team or whatnot. But I would probably, because I mean, Pippen, I think there was a lot of resentment
with Scottie Pippen
and Jordan.
But Scottie's first year, when they won the ring, he only averaged like 9 or 10 points.
Right.
But he helped out tremendously. But
as he matured, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I bet there was, because at one point, like, as he did mature, his stats went up.
I mean, Scottie Pippen's wife was like, she was grooming Michael Jordan Jr. or whatever to marry him 30 years later down the road.
Oh, I didn't really like they had the relationship.
But you can see it though. Like Michael Jordan's son, I think he's probably like in his 40s, maybe. He probably had his I wouldn't say.
I think
that.
younger.
He's in his late 30s. My brother was born 1980, and he was probably born mid 80s. I would say.
Yeah.
Probably mid 30s to late 30s. But still, I mean, he was at the games probably at like 13, 14, 15 years old.
Interesting.
Maybe.
That's a weird ass turn of events.
It's none of my business.
Yeah, no way. Because that's another thing, actually, that you bring up is that why do we care? Why the fuck do you care about these people's lives that you'll never meet? You're never even going to get close to. Like, why do you care?
It's clickbait. It's everywhere. I'm not going to say we don't need it, because I mean, oftentimes than not we don't, but I guess this is it's a job that's being paid for clickbait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
people's turning into clicks is how they paying the people to do it. But I'm just tired of the media just bashing people so badly though, and just putting out so much false stuff, and that's why with my podcast and stuff, which I finally got the traction I need to get as consistent as possible, from the filming it to the editing and all of that stuff now. So I'm gonna be rolling out podcast after podcast, and then starting in like December, I'm gonna probably shoot like 8 of them, and nice. Then I'm gonna just sit on those and just push those out. But so I kind of went off topic there. It's clickbait. Like, when you go on Snapchat and all this stuff, we just see a bunch of random stuff like, oh, Kim Kardashian says, oh, she needs a male figure in the house for her daughter. Like, that's what she has a dad for. A dad doesn't have to live there, however, but, oh, we need a male nanny. You need a male nanny because you don't have that to me, that's incredible. But
also, what if she never said that?
No, she said it.
I didn't hear it.
It was posted like she said it.
I know. That's what that is. My point is that what if it's all fake?
Yeah, reality TV, in my opinion, is fake.
So even in the social media aspect, like what if they're not? Here's the thing.
What if she reported it, or someone reported it and it?
What if she signed her rights over to the point where these people could make up stories?
I don't know, but like, just look how like crazy everything is, right? We live in a world now where there's a lot of uncertainty. Her dad got nominated for Woman of the Year, GQ.
Yeah, that was wild.
Or Time Magazine. And then she just wins Man of the Year.
Man of the Year.
Kim Kardashian wins Man of the Year.
Whoa.
For Skims, I believe, getting that NBA contract.
Fuck, man.
We live in a crazy world, and
I'm into some fucking weird ass shit.
It could be exciting, but at the same time, it's like I've helped a lot of people, but never really expected anything in return. Like, in today's world, though, like, giving help and asking for help in certain areas, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, because there's so many people out here to get you, instead of just them being genuine and just, okay, cool, I'm gonna just help to help. A lot of people, you go to New York looking for help, and no fucking chance. I can't help you.
It's kill or be killed.
Yeah, it's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
If you're throwing up on the subway, they're gonna tell you, get the fuck off. I gotta get to work.
Right.
Yeah, but
God, what a wild place to grow up.
Appreciation for help, good help, and
damn,
a lot of that is really hard to come towards, because a lot of people don't see vision. They don't. Everyone's so constantly looking at 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
But sometimes in order for you to get to 1, 2, and 3, you got to look at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because sometimes the end goal gives you a start goal.
For sure. Or inspires you to make a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in some shit, if your life's gonna look about the same in 10 years, you better make a fucking change.
Or even next year, what can you do to do better?
Yeah.
And growing a team, right, is what can we all do? We got this plate. What can we all take away from it and focus on and make a unit? We're not a team no more. We're a unit. We're a system. We're a network. How can we now grow this network into software and expand from there?
Right.
But a lot of people, they don't want to do that now. It's just a lot of people's out to get a lot of people. A lot of people do it for the money, not because of the thrill, not because they want to. It's like I said, everyone's pocket watch. It's a lot of pocket watchers. You gotta
Watching other people's pockets?
Yeah. A lot of pocket watchers.
Yeah, all right.
Because you might have those friends who, right, they might not come out, but, Gary's coming out? Oh, yeah, I'm going out because I know he's going to do this, he's going to do that, blah, 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 blah. Those are the pocket watchers.
Interesting.
They want to be around for the fun, not for the hard work.
Right.
Those are the pocket watchers. Girls, guys, all in the same boat. And, that those ain't the people you want to be around or build with. Then sometimes I've had to learn the hard way. You know? Now when I go out of town, I have fun, but I'm not with most people here. No, I'm rarely with anyone if I go out of town here, unless I'm going on like vacation with some of my homies. But whenever I go to New York, I'm by myself, but it's fun to be around a different environment when you're around different people.
Oh, yeah.
People who, I'm not saying people here don't work hard, but you see a different hard work in New York.
For sure. It's easy to be a thousandaire here.
Yeah.
You can live a good life as a thousandaire here. In New York, dude, you got millions to live well. To live, like you said.
Yes.
Right. Otherwise, you're freaking, you're hand to mouth.
Because in New York City, too, depending on where you live in New York City, you can buy houses similar to like how they have out here. But real estate in New York is spiked. It's just spiked.
Of course.
Because, all of these buildings, these buildings was passed down for generations.
Yeah.
So, like the people who own these buildings, they bought these buildings when it was like $6,000 in 1906.
Man, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they just keep passing down through trusts and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good point. So yeah, those people and those families that own those buildings, yeah, they've got a place to live. So that's a biggest cost. Like you're saying, you're paying $500 a month. I would maybe even say more than that for a place this size. It probably doesn't even it has a sink. Probably doesn't have a stove. Wild shit.
New York is nasty. I'm telling you, like you could walk out your house and I would walk out my house door, go down the hall, and then, potentially, depending on what floor I am and where I'm at, I could see someone doing drugs in the staircase. And I'm not just talking about weed.
Right. Yeah, smoking crack, shooting up, something like that. Yeah, for sure.
Go outside in the neighborhood, you can see that. So it's just, it's a crazy world we live in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but back to what you're saying, like, the environment, the people that you're hanging out with locally, again, it's like, hey, seeing people like values. What do you value? Like, what do your friends, actions always show values, Mm-hmm. So like, I think a big thing, when you're talking about, people watching other people's pockets is we have been conditioned to value that which is not really valuable. Mm-hmm. Brands, people are, it's all about a look.
Likes, comments.
Right. Attention.
People will only speak to you based upon your social status.
Right. And at the cost of what?
Exactly.
Like, hey, you've got all these brands, but you got you spend all your money on this personality and this image, but at the end of the day, man, it's constantly chasing because you always have to be doing something different or better or throwing it. which is hard, man. It'd be a hard thing to be constantly in pursuit of, for sure. Rather than, like, I just was in Vegas all last week with my parents and my son. Dude, best Vegas trip I ever had.
Because you went there, you didn't plan to rage.
Right.
Had fun, probably did shit in Vegas you probably normally never do.
Right.
Done it multiple times throughout that trip. He was like, damn, I love it. Yeah, I had a great time. I enjoyed Vegas for what it could be to others. Or no, of what it should be for many. Instead, it's promoted differently.
Well,
At least to the outsiders. Come to Vegas. Yeah. We're open 24 hours. Instead of saying, hey, although we're an adult city, we can also be a kid city as well.
For sure.
We have a museum. We have this.
Right.
We have that.
Which is all stuff we did.
Yeah.
But also it's like, man, something that really struck me, again, going to values, is like there's very few things that brought me more joy and happiness than to see
your son,
my son and my parents and the people that I love happy and joyful. Like, that's way better than going and getting drunk or fucked up or going to a party or something like that,
100%.
So again, values. Yeah. Like, what do you value? It's weird. The last couple times I've been in Vegas, they've been inspiring in that. Having different experiences with different people rather than, like you're saying, like going raging. I've never been a gambler, so I'm not gambling, but fuck, I party. I'll party. I'll do drugs, for sure. I'm here to party. But this time, I wasn't partying.
Yeah, he was enjoying.
Right. True enjoyment. Yes. With memories that will last.
Exactly. Memories that will last. His son had a great time. He's probably asking to go back already.
For sure, man. Dude.
I agree. I want to make those memories too.
Yeah, man, that's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have kids yet, but
I would have 10.
But I've had, I was just in New York and I stayed with my brother. My brother has a 1-bedroom house, and I slept on his couch for when I went. I went like twice this fall, so I slept on his couch both times, and I enjoy those moments to be there with my older brother, sleep on his couch. Excuse me. Be there on his couch, sleep with him, spend time with him. He's working from home, and just to, because growing up, he moved out, because we needed the room for me, so he had to get the fuck out the house.
Oh, really? He was much older? He is much older?
He was like 21, probably.
When you were how old?
We're 14 years apart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so 14 years.
Yeah, I was like 7. Dang. So
yeah.
So and he ended up moving into New York City outside from Yonkers. So and I keep yawning. This is insanity. And see, I kind of lost my train of thought.
Oh, nah, dude. Let's call it, man. Hour and a half.
This yawn is killing me.
Nah, you're good, dude.
This yawn is killing me.